We're continuing lesson 3, which is factored form of a quadratic relation. We just finished our warm-up and we discovered that factored form and x-intercepts are connected. And so we're going to start by looking at what the factored form of a quadratic relation looks like. And that's y equals a bracket x minus r times x minus s. And a cannot be 0. So we're going to learn how to find the zeros, which remember is the x-intercepts, from this equation without a graph. Okay, so we're not going to get the information from a graph like we did in our warm-up. We're going to get it right from the equation. And we're also going to get the x-coordinate of the vertex, the y-intercept, and the vertex, okay, all without graphing. And then we're going to use those properties of the parabola to do our own sketch. Now we have to do some calculating. So here's some hints to help us. So for zeros, we're going to look at zeros first. The x-intercepts, you find them by setting y equal to 0. That should sound familiar. We did this with our linear relationships. We'd find the x-intercept, let y equal 0. Remember that little sentence I used to make you write? And when you let y equal 0, that means each factor has to be equal to 0. All right. The other thing we're going to use to find the x-coordinate, we use this formula. H equals r plus s divided by 2. So you take your zeros, add them together, divide by 2. That gives you the h value, which remember that the h value is the x-coordinate of the vertex, because you write the vertex as hk. And that's why we have h here and h here, because it's giving us our x-coordinate of the vertex. All right, let's take a look. So we're going to complete the chart for the quadratic relation. And the quadratic relation we're looking at is here. Y equals 2 times x minus 4 times x plus 2. Once we complete the chart, we're going to go ahead and sketch the graph. So we'll start by determining the y-intercept. Inside the box underneath the y-intercept, that's where we're going to put our hints. So to find a y-intercept, what we have to do is we have to let x equal 0. And again, that should sound familiar from when we did equation of lines. So we find the y-intercept by letting x equal 0. So here's my equation. Wherever I see an x, I'm going to put in a 0. So I should have y equals 2 times, instead of x minus 4, I'll have 0 minus 4. Instead of x plus 2, I'll have 0 plus 2. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and solve this. So I'll do brackets first. 0 minus 4 is a negative 4. And 0 plus 2 is 2. And now I can just multiply straight across. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8 times 2 is negative 16. So my y-intercept is going to be 0, negative 16. All right, I got my y-intercept for my graph up here. So I got 1 point already. That's great. Let's now get the zeros. Next to zeros, I'm just going to write x-intercepts because we know that they mean the same thing. And how do we find our x-intercepts? We let y equal 0. All right, so it's going to be, instead of y equals, it'll be 0 equals 2 times x minus 4 times x plus 2. Now, we don't have a way to solve this like we did a linear relationship. We can't rearrange this and just solve for x using opposite operations. So what we're going to do is we're going to use right here. Whoops. Don't move on me, screen. We're going to use this. Each factor has to equal 0. So we're going to talk about that for a little bit here. So right here, we have 2 times whatever this answer is times whatever this answer is. And when I multiply those 3 factors together, it has to equal 0. So what that means is that this bracket has to equal 0, or this bracket has to equal 0 in order for when all 3 multiply together, it equals 0. And this is how we use that to help us find x. Since this first bracket has to equal 0, we write that as a linear equation. X minus 4 equals 0. Or we know the second bracket could equal 0. X plus 2 could equal 0. And then we go ahead and just solve each of these individually. So for x minus 4 equals 0, I'll move the 4 to the other side, or I'll add both sides by 4. I get x equals 4. Or I'll move the 2 to the other side. I get x equals negative 2. And then there are my x-intercepts, or my zeros. 4, and the y value, remember, is 0, negative 2, and 0. Okay, and I just want to remind you, let's go back to the warm-up. If I look over here, what I highlighted in pink, remember what we discovered, that the zeros are the factors in the brackets with opposite signs. So positive 2 became a negative 2, positive 4 is a negative 4 for our zeros. And then look, by showing the work, because we didn't have the graph to look at, we proved it algebraically that yes, negative 4 became positive 4 and positive 2 becomes a negative 2. So this is the calculation. What I did in red, that's what's expected. So we're going to write little reminders on the side here, because this is something new and you'll probably forget it. So the first step is to let y equal 0. The second step is to set each factor equal to 0. Okay, so if I was writing my steps, this line was step 1 and this line was step 2. Okay, once you do step 2, step 3 is solve for x, just like we did in grade 9. Okay, and that was step 3. So every time you're asked to find the zeros, these are the steps that you're going to do. Okay, the zeros of a quadratic. All right, let's go on to the next one. Axis of symmetry. So to determine the axis of symmetry, we have up here in our definition, the axis of symmetry, remember, is the vertical line that goes through the x-axis of the vertex. So that means I just need to use this equation. H equals r plus s divided by 2. Okay, so let's put that as our reminder right here. If you're asked to find the equation of the axis of symmetry, this is the formula we use. All right, let's go ahead and use the formula. So the question is, what is r and s? R and s are the zeros that we found here. So we know r would be 4, s is negative 2. So that's what we sub in. So we write our equation first. It's going to be 4 plus negative 2 divided by 2. So we know 4 plus negative 2 is going to be 2 divided by 2, which is 1. And then we go ahead and we write that. It's the equation of the axis of symmetry, so we write it as x equals 1. All right, next we're going to determine the coordinates of the vertex. So let's remember that the coordinates of the vertex are h and k. And we already have one of them. We already have the h. We found it in the equation of the axis of symmetry. So we already know that h is 1. So in order to find our k value, we're going to sub x equals 1 into the equation. So our equation is y equals, I can't see it, I'm just going to scroll my screen so I can see it. So up here, y equals 2 times x minus 4 times x plus 2. So y equals 2 times x minus 4 times x plus 2. And I'm going to sub in x equals 1. Okay, the axis of symmetry, we're going to sub that in. So I'll have 2 times 1 minus 4 and 1 plus 2. Okay, we'll solve our brackets first. 1 minus 4 is a negative 3, and 1 plus 2 is a positive 3. And we'll multiply. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, times 3 is a negative 18. Okay, so that is my k value, right, or my y value, and so my vertex is going to be 1, negative 18. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll write a little note here so we know what to do. So we're going to sub, I'm just going to erase this so I have room to write it. So to solve this, you would sub h equals 1 into the equation. So h is what we found just above. the axis of symmetry. You sub it into the equation, and because we already know what 1 is, and when you sub it in, that helps you get the y value. And so we found that the y value is -18 when I subbed in 1. All right, so let's look what we have now, because the last thing we have to do is we have to draw a sketch. So I have this point, 0, -16. That's the y-intercept. I have these points that are on the parabola, and I have the vertex. So we're going to use those 4 points now to do a sketch. All right, so we have to decide our scale. Based on the information that I have here, my y-intercept is a -18. So for me to fit that in, I think I have to count by 2's on my y-axis. So let's see, I got -2, -4, -6, -8, -10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Yes, it'll fit. So I'm going to count by 2's on my y-axis. Remember, you have to count the same above and below. So my positive and my negative values have to be the same. So -12, -14, -16, -18. Okay, and it fits. So above I have to also count by 2's. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Now for my x values, I don't have to count by 2's just because I did on my y. I can count by a different value. And if I look, all of my x coordinates are 1, 4, -2. So they're all pretty low numbers. So I'm going to count by 1's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll have -1, -2, -3, -4. I know this is sloppy and hard to read. I hope that you understand what my scale looks like. All right, now we plot the points, the fun. We're going to make our sketch after all that work we did. So my first point is 0, -16. So 0, -16. Was it 16 or 18? I already forgot. Okay, 16. So right here, that is a point on my parabola. Okay, now I have my zeros, so I can still see them in the screen there. 4, 0 here, and -2, 0. All right, starting to look like a parabola. Now I need my vertex. So my vertex is 1, +1, -18. All right, so you can see the U shape. We know the axis of symmetry is x = 1, right? Here's my axis of symmetry. So if I use this, I'm going to put in another point to help me with my sketch. Since we know, see how the zeros are mirror images on either side? They're 3 units on either side. This y-intercept is 1 unit away, so I know there's a mirror image 1 unit away from the axis of symmetry on this side. And now that completes the ease of drawing my parabola. So I'll connect. Then you put arrows on the ends to show that the parabola continues, and we write that equation. Y = 2 times x - 4 times x + 2. All right, then the question becomes, we did all that work, we drew our sketch. Is the graph a parabola? How can you tell? So I'm going to say, yes, it's a parabola. And I can tell because it's in that U shape. So yes, it's a parabola. It's in the shape of a U. All right, so we are now going to practice those skills in our next 2 examples, and I'll see you in the next video to do that.